delighted to welcome you to Thailand. In the vibrant heart of Southeast Asia, where heritage meets innovation, here, science and technology parks connect minds, industries, and ideas, building pathways to innovation. With a strong ecosystem that integrates academia, startups, corporates, and government, we act as a national engine for science-based economic growth and technology commercialization. Together, we embark on the ESG journey, shaping a sustainable, inclusive, and resilient future. From Asia to the world, collaboration without borders, innovation without limits. Thailand is honored to host the 28th ASPA Annual Conference 2025. Let's build the future together for all people and a sustainable world.
The Thai Business Incubators and Science Park Association, or Thai-BISPA, for their collaboration and contributions to making this event possible. And now, as we celebrate today, it's been quite a great honor for Thailand as over 15 countries from across Asia and Europe are with us, whether it is Scotland, South Korea, China, or Bhutan. And just to celebrate this special occasion and to reflect the unity, energy, and cultural identity of Thailand, we are pleased to present a special contemporary Thai drum performance symbolizing strength, harmony, and collaboration. On behalf of ASPA, please welcome him to the stage.
I would like to extend my warmest welcome to all of you joining us for the 28th ASPA Annual Conference here in Bangkok, a city full of energy, culture, and history. Today morning, the river Chao Phraya is very beautiful. I would like to express my sincere appreciation to our wonderful host, the Thailand Science Park, Regional Science Park Thailand, the Thai Business Incubator and Science Park Association, and Thailand Institute of Scientific and Technological Research for making this event possible. Special thank you to today's keynote speaker, Professor Julian Tyler. Everyone, please big applause to the Thai. This year's conference theme, the role of science and technology park in facilitating cooperate on ESG journey, reflects our shared mission to drive innovation, promote sustainability, and supporting cooperation, creating real impact. Throughout this conference, we'll exchange ideas, share experience, and build partnership that move ESG forward. We ASPA will be a strong engine for Asia's future. Once again, thank you all for your participation and your continuous support for ASPA. I wish this conference very successful, and I hope each of you enjoys your time in Bangkok. Khop khun krap. Thank you.
ขอบคุณมากค่ะ
Good morning สวัสดีครับ On behalf of the National Science and Technology Development Agencies or NASDA and Thailand Science Park, it is my great honor to welcome you all to the 28th ASPA Annual Conference 2025 here in wonderful Bangkok. The Asian Science Park Association, or you all know it as ASPA, has been a vital platform for regional collaboration in science, technology, and innovation. Over nearly 3 decades, it has connected visionaries, scientists, entrepreneurs, and policymakers who share a common belief that innovation can drive sustainable growth and share prosperity across Asia. This year, we gather under the theme, the role of science and technology parks in facilitating collaborates on ESG journey. This theme reflects our collective commitments to advancing sustainable transformation through innovation, partnership, and responsible leadership. We have organized this conference with 3 key objectives. First, to strengthen regional cooperation among science parks, research institutions, government agencies, and private sectors, creating partnerships that accelerate innovation and sustainability across borders. Second, to share experience and best practice on how science and technology parks can support cooperation in embedding ESG principles into their business strategies, from green technology adoption to social inclusion and good governance. And third, to build a collaborative learning community where every participant, whether from Asia or Europe, can exchange insights, discover new opportunities, and co-create pathways toward a more sustainable and resilient future for us all. Though these shared efforts, we also hope that Thailand, as this year's host, can contribute to strengthening this regional innovation ecosystem and reaffirm its role as a proactive partner and connector in the Asia and global innovation landscape. I am delighted to share that we have around 300 participants representing 13 countries and economic zones across Asia and Europe joining us today. This diverse gathering includes science park executives, incubator leaders, researchers, government officials, investors, and entrepreneurs, all united by one vision, that science and technology parks are powerful catalysts for corporate and societal transformation. Over the next 3 days, we will have opportunity to learn from one another through rich exchange of ideas and experience. We will hear from leading experts from Asia and Europe on topics ranging from science park management and government support mechanism to ESG-driven business models and innovations funding strategies. We will also foster new partnerships in research and technology development, strengthen public-private collaboration, and create opportunity for entrepreneurs and investors to connect across regions, paving a sustainable innovation pathway that leads to shared growth and long-term impact. Ladies and gentlemen, this journey toward sustainability, especially the journey of driving innovation and ESG transformation, is not one that any nation or organization can take it alone. It requires collective vision, shared responsibility, and kind of cooperation that platforms like ASPA can make it possible. Together, we can turn innovation into impact and ensure that progress and sustainability move forward hand in hand. Let us take this opportunity to learn from one another, to support and inspire one another, and to demonstrate that science and technology, when guided by purpose, can truly lead the ESG journey toward a better future for our region and our planet. I wish you fruitful discussion and meaningful connection throughout this conference. Thank you very much. ขอบคุณครับ
ขอบคุณมากค่ะ Professor Kristen for your official opening remarks for ASPA 2025. Please welcome her to the stage.
Excellencies, distinguished speakers and participants, esteemed colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, Sawasdee Kha. It is my great honor and pleasure to welcome you all to Bangkok for the 28th ASPA Annual Conference 2025. On behalf of Ministry of Higher Education, Science, Research and Innovation, and Thailand Science Park, I extend my warmest greetings to every one of you. This gathering is more than simply a conference. It is a meeting of partners and friends, people who shared one belief that sustainable growth begins within the innovation ecosystem we build together. The theme of this year's conference, the role of science and technology parks in facilitating corporates on the ESG journey, reflects our shared commitment to driving change through science, technology, and collaboration for the benefits of our economies, our societies, and our planet. Today, ESG is no longer optional. Corporations worldwide are transitioning from intention to action. And science and technology parks have become key drivers of this transformation, connecting government vision, academic expertise, and private sector innovation to turn sustainable ideas into real scalable impact. Allow me to briefly share Thailand's experience. Over the past 2 decades, we have established a nationwide network of regional science parks, each shaped by local strengths, yet united under one vision: to expand access to research, technology, and innovation for sustainable business growth. Our science park plays 5 important roles. First, innovation catalysts, turning local challenges into solutions. Second, ecosystem builders, connecting regional communities to national networks. Third, collaboration facilitators, linking industry, academia, and investors. Fourth, capacity developers, nurturing the next generation of green entrepreneurs. And last but not least, market gateways, providing international access through Thailand Science Park and more than 120 resident companies, 40% of which are global firms. What makes Thailand's model unique is the connectivity of our network. A breakthrough in one region can quickly benefit all others, providing that innovation does not belong to one city, but to every community. Ladies and gentlemen, across Asia, science and technology parks are shaping some of the world's most dynamic innovation ecosystems. Together, through ASPA, we carry both an opportunity and a responsibility to accelerate corporate ESG transformations. Let us deepen collaboration, strengthen regional networks, and show the Science Park a wider infrastructure for a sustainable Asia. I wish you productive discussions, new partnerships, and lasting cooperation. It is now my great pleasure to declare the 28th ASPA Annual Conference 2025 officially open. Thank you very much. Khop khun kha.
Thank you so much. Actually, at this time, we do have the blessing, good fortune, and unity. So we want to take this opportunity and wait for my cue as we will come together at the same time so that we can have the official launch. I'd like to invite everyone here in the hall to count down with me. Are you ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, the ASPA 2025 is now officially open. And to mark this special occasion, we'd like to have a special regional ecosystem across the globe together. And we are so honored to believe that all of these stakeholders are information and also across the world, as well as the representatives from the Office of the Country's Startup International. Thailand is proud to provide a unique model with the regional science park network and global innovation strength nationwide, showing that innovation belongs.
The red circle defines a city area which is about 2-3 kilometers wide and a kilometer and a half north. Problems are isolated and they're manageable. In a systems model, ESG is complex, it's dynamic, and it's interconnected. Therefore, we need to think differently. I will then share with you a story of working with some of Thailand's universities on a TREX program, Training Research Executives, that we undertook last year. And some of the TREX graduates are with us today, so hopefully they can talk a little bit more about that. With 25 years to be an overnight sensation, but we're really making an impact, and that's what I want to share with you. I will set the context by outlining what the university does as a place of useful learning. By way of definition, ESG for me is a subset. I'm here to learn with you. I'd like to thank you for the opportunity. I'd like to thank the organizing team, the NASDA team, and I would love to share with you the big why are we here? Why are we on this planet? I had some help recently answering that question, and I'd like to introduce you to the hero of the story, 22 years old, just graduated from the University of Edinburgh with a degree in biochemistry. And he wants to do a master's, and he's applied to do a master's in biotechnology and entrepreneurship at the University of Imperial College London, one of the world's leading institutions. Are a helpful tool, but when they're presented in that tile format, it's a bit like a checklist where you can put everything we do under one of the headings. If we start to think systemically, city centre campus, and in the middle of that is one building, a technology. The traditional power system that we have all been operating under for generations was a different political colour to the government of Scotland, which is a different political colour. 1,000 wind turbines. The dynamic has shifted really. The leadership skills are different when we take a systems approach than when we adopt linear thinking. I want to draw out one line here. I won't go through them all. But the bottom but one, the empathy and culture that is required to make ecosystems work is different in a linear model than it is facing researchers, either working for or working with. See people undertaking their research, they can see people to meet, and there are spaces for people to meet.
ค่ะก็สำหรับงานวันนี้ก็ประเทศไทยมีโอกาสได้เป็นเจ้าภาพการจัดงาน ASPA Conference ครั้งที่ 28 นะคะโดยที่มีประเทศต่างๆผู้เข้าร่วมงานกว่า 300 รายแล้วก็กว่าจาก13 ประเทศนะคะ
There was the one question. So again, then also sometimes on his campus for a while, I'm doing things so that although it's kind of like the by chance, but there's some like the common needs for ease and solving out this situation. So again, the three helix is like the academia, university, and industry. And then a little bit more, so that this is a little bit of like the context, but again, there might be a little bit different types of triple helix. Still, three stakeholders. This police policy now, I think, starting from like 1973, being like developed based on this word, the innovation cluster. and been like now the around 6 or 7 years depending on the cases. So again, the same idea. However, they are trying to build up this where the and then in Korea, based on this where innovation, the Innopolis, there are 14. I wonder whether you see or not, but the university is taking the key role. So therefore, in case of the IIC, the government has assigned the INU as the core the function. This is my university, International University here, and then this is the university campus. But these one, I think I have my office here, and then I have like a 50 staff members working with me. But again,
free services on the right-hand side of the core services, including investment and financing. So when it's very important, I'll cover it a bit later on. What the company need in the first place is not business, they cannot fund business. By the wind and solar capacity by 2030, that would be a plan. I think based on the latest statistics, I think this could be achieved. This is quite ambitious, but in China, and third one is reforming the regulation and streamline some new energy sectors. And I think the fourth one is about the financial and fiscal policy. The government is putting a lot of money into this sector. So these four are the key development guidelines that we are adopting in China as a whole. And also there, as I mentioned before, there's a mandatory transparency requirement for major companies, for all big state-owned enterprises, and that will be extended to non-state-owned enterprise to private sectors very, very soon. The university focusing on that, we have incubators focus on that. So this, the focus in terms of not just R&D, but how the translational research is done, how do you put this technology into manufacturing. So in China, manufacturing is doing very well. So we're focusing on the R&D and manufacturing of next year, the research capability in Hong Kong, starting next year overseas also, and then use the infrastructure in Hong Kong. So we have a system of investment support from angel investment to primary market, AB round, and then before you IPO, and the only professional investors. So we'll find that companies in resources organization is more than bankers. So these are the partners in China, as well as the Shanghai border warehouse, where if your product is only going to export, so you don't need to worry about small batch manufacturing. So we also have an organization called International Science and Technology Information Center.
Will be Mr. Wacharin Wittiya Virasat, Director of the Thai-BISPA organization, who will be the moderator for this fireside chat. Please welcome them to the stage.
We are going to make this session a bit relaxed and more insightful conversation. And I think we have just 20 minutes to, the first question will be go to each one of you with like a few minutes for the answer. What would be your ideas of things to be equipped?
And the reference to having the physical environment that allows social capital to flourish. And maybe that is one of the differences between can flourish. Create the leadership culture that gives permission to collaborate and incentivize that in some way, for example, through conferences, events, but also the soft, quiet conversation in the corridor.
Informal.
Informal, absolutely.
Made me myself like relaxed in front of this larger audience. This is real. So anyway, when we are talking about like ESG, then we also need to think of who would be the target. Mm-hmm. And then on my side, the internet shortly, they may not such a like a flexible to have some time, with the next door, and so therefore now what we are trying to do is. While we are running, because this is the government-funded program, like innovation cluster, so that we are just keep trying to not direct the investment, finance. Myself, I've been working on these climate change topics like dozens of years. But for now, as a director of the IIC, I would say when we are talking about this, the ESG, then and their time.
Okay.
So that it's gonna be because if we are talking about just like civilians, it's gonna be different. However, SMEs.
Your insights on the value of parks or innovation hub that you are running to contribute in terms of gathering this ecosystem in terms of ESG.
Yeah, to make things happen in terms of innovation, we really need to work in an ecosystems. Yeah, everyone is very important. But unfortunately, each of these stakeholders, they come with their own agenda and practices. So one of the major stakeholders is the government. Okay, governments tend to be more risk averse. They try to study a lot. So this is one of the major stakeholders that we need to manage, really need to manage. The other major stakeholders is professors. Sorry, with all the answers. Professors are very smart people. A lot of them tell me that, at least 3 of them, hi Peter, it's about right place, right timing. So that's very important. The second stakeholders.
Yeah. So if you were to give one piece of advice to the science park leader here, what should they think differently about ESG and to make
Driving innovation through ESG, and we know it, and we just have to have the confidence to get out and live it. We don't need someone else's permission. We should not be swayed by the popularists at the moment that are challenging our mission. So have the confidence to deliver, but perhaps also the humility to learn. And I think if we can collaborate and learn together, and if we can have this model of innovation ecosystem to innovation ecosystem collaborating, that the young spin out from Strathclyde University that wants to enter the market in China does so through your own initiative, that might be drawing research skills from Korea. Can you imagine the vibrancy that there? So trust ourselves, think globally.
I got quite several the interviews and the conversation with the IICs, the small SMEs, the CEOs, and then it was amazing. I don't know how, but even the small companies, they have some research funding already on their hand. I don't know. It might not advise. My suggestion is that in some sense, the system. This were the tri-helix model, right? So they need some kind of system to make them feel comfortable and reliable. But again, there might be some balance between so that the SMEs probably in this room, if you are SMEs, and try to get maximize the funding or support from the public side. Same time, just try to think, just to share, just small amount of.
Okay, as an incubator, of course, we're promoting on daily basis entrepreneurship to support the startups, scale-ups. But I think I have 2 more, counsel advice I'm sharing. The first one is to start to focus and put a bit more resources on corporate innovation. Because that's very important. They have the resources, but they don't have the comparatively to with startups and so many different new research projects. The innovation capabilities could be quite limited, especially for traditional industries. So as an incubator, we also need to work aggressively more cooperation with corporates because they're the major employer of the economy. And other thing I would like to encourage is
systemized. But I'm not sure in your countries or in your ecosystem, is there anything can be shared? Yeah.
Maybe go first.
Yeah.
I've been working in Hong Kong. It's very tough. It's not engaging all these new ideas, etc. Yes, to some extent, maybe yes. But as a global financial center, you need those stringent requirements. It's the same in London, New York, Tokyo, Hong Kong, Singapore. It's exactly the same. So for some sort of tech, fintech companies, I say that.
may be hard to access to market because they address the pain point, but sometimes business grow and expansionally to the international stage. So I'm not going to into details. Company that has over 51% of Thai nationality people to hold their stocks. The thematic innovation mechanism, which provide the fund. Next, I would like to introduce you to our growth mechanism.
We have been keeping it reviewed and keeping updated. I see that actually most, if not all, of the speakers are actually scientists or management of science park or tech firms. Information updates about the Hong Kong government's latest initiatives for further developing our INT. 2025, Hong Kong is no longer number 7. We are now number 4 in the world in terms of world digital competitiveness. Okay, so this is the packages, the policy tools that Hong Kong have in supporting our INT for INT and digital competitiveness. And I have to apologize to you because perspectives. The first one, which I think is the most important one, is the concept with very simple and low tax rates. And we maintain the Hong Kong government also strongly supports the development of the INT industry, which I will now.
Okay, so before we start our conversation, I think it's
something like 100, and you can see like we have feedback, right? This is the model that I achieved in my research to bring the periodic representation of the data into many use cases in the company. Something like to see where the carbon footprint, the carbon emit in other area and to other people to use. Not only the big organization, but for the SME and make the prediction model to compare with the actual data so that we know the gap. And with the weather forecasting.
Deploy an AI workforce that helps you generate any kind of document that you want. It could be product requirements of what people are understanding, PNM as well as flowcharts.
And I'm the co-founder and CEO at Jaggle AI. So Jaggle AI is a platform that focuses to bring intelligent project management and collaboration into your team. And today I came here to explore. So this was a revolutionary statement that challenged the global narrative that said that efficiency alone defines. In essence, GNH reminds us that true progress is not only about how fast we grow, but it is also about how well we thrive.
It uses real organizational data from the tasks, the milestones, goals, and to identify patterns. Because progress without
of what people are talking about in social media. Next, we understand that people have different way of understanding.
Initial problem or the gap in the ESG ecosystem that sparked you to go on that mission.
Everyone responsibility, and I wanted to be addressed, to be solved in the real world. A lot of topic, and I selected the weather forecasting because it's affect all people.
Like I said, with GNH, it's mostly about how we measure the happiness, like you said, right? And then
in startup before, worked in a couple of startups.
Focusing too much onto those aspects, it brings in a lot of consequences. So especially with how people are burning out.
Of Thai-BISPA and sustainability, we are an endorser. We scout, we select and support the innovative. Now the economic crisis, we want our startups to be able to adapt and thrive after a lot of pressures in different directions, different factors. So in order to do that, what startups need a lot would be access to capital, technology adoption, access to market, and also to overcome regulatory hurdles. Calling yourself science parks, technology parks, innovation parks, or innovation districts. The main roles of your job is to help startups, SMEs to be more resilient. Strengthen this kind of mechanism in order to empower the entrepreneurship of the country. Currently, if you can see the numbers here, we have more than 80 incubators and accelerators nationwide, and 17 of the science parks recognize the logo RSP. So these represent regional science parks community. Basically, these type of model of parks in the region are university affiliated to engage the resources that university have been creating from research, from the academic personnel, from facilities, from labs, everything, and then they connect the university resources to the SMEs and startups. Introduced to several industries ranging from farming.
So the nutraceuticals become more and more popular these days. So people want to live not only longer, but also healthier. That is green folks to do. To make sure this ingredient is workable, it's very efficient way to our body. Business model is focused on the integrated service, including ingredients. And after harvesting of bitter melon, we use the green extraction. And there's no solvent involved in this process. And we use the CO2 in the extraction, and CO2 can be recycled after extraction. So it's a totally clean, safe, and eco-friendly process. Another ingredient is citrus felt. We use the recycled materials from agricultural waste as the raw material. In this year, we recycled 24 tons citrus peel from the juice industry. For the ingredient ribbon wine, we combine the scientific farming with efficient land use to increase the activity of
위치에 치과용 의료기기 전문 기업으로 혁신, 신뢰, 품질을 핵심 가치로 삼고 있습니다.
We are the dental medical device manufacturer. Today's presentation will cover company overview, products, technology, R&D and certification, as well as our global growth strategy.
2017년 법인 설립 이후 2019년 시술용 드라이버 유럽 C 인증 획득 2021년 임플란트 구성품 유럽 C 인증 획득 및 벤처기업 선정 2024년에는 정부 R&D 프로젝트 수주 등 지속적인 성장을 이어가고 있습니다.
Since our establishment in 2017, we have achieved CE certification for surgical drivers in 2019, C certification for implant components, and venture company recognition in 2021. Our products lines up includes abutments, analogs, scan bodies, screws, fixtures, and all of our products are perfectly compatible with between clinics, labs, CAMCAT systems.
웰비는 지난 3년간 R&D 투자를 약 55% 확대하며 현재 6건의 등록과 개설 중입니다. 현재 PCB 2건을 추가로 진행하고 있습니다. 기존 임플란트는 여전히 3가지 한계가 있습니다. 가공 정밀도의 편차, 회전 유격, 그리고 시멘트 잔존으로 인한 염증입니다. 이러한 문제점은 여전히 많은 임상에서 반복되고 있습니다.
And as the growth of that in Thailand, government support us to have the clean energy society, which the government support to have the solar panel within 2037 more than 20 million panels. 8% that drop, that means you may lose about 21,000 US dollar a year. But if you have a bigger, for about 100 megawatt, you may lose about $2 million a year. This is not only 8%, but it's quite big enough. This video will be easy to show you about the feature after we coat the solar panel. So the first panel is the uncoated one. When we pour the water like this, it's easy to wet, so the dust can easy to collect on the surface. Compared to beside one, it coat already. When we pour the water, it will repel as the lotus leaf, so it improves about the self-cleaning effect. That is why the panel still dry and cleaner.
Good afternoon, everyone. Before I start, to express my deepest condolences on the passing of. I'm happy to be here and with my team that Mr. Hosseini, the engineering manager, and Mrs. Goldaston, engineering manager, and Mrs. Goldaston is commercial manager. Steel chains. For example, pilot plant for concentrate, pelletizing pilot plant, and direct reduction iron pilot. My city Isfahan is one of the beautiful cities in Iran and the biggest pelletizing pilot plant. In fact, our most important products are pilot plant for steel chains. For example, pilot plant for concentrate, we are today. In 2007,
make some noise. representative of the Science or Techno Park which nominated the company. I'm going to announce 3 excellent prizes in the random order and 1 final grand prize. The first excellent prize will be presented by Ms. Georgiaya, who is Director of National Information Technology Park of Mongolia. Please welcome Ms. Georgiaya for the stage. Masahevi, who is the CEO of the company.